We're going to talk about DriSteam's RO200 series and its features and benefits as it relates to you as an engineer or as it might be for your client's perspective. As mentioned in the RO400 series video, the brains of the system is a vapor logic controller. This is a highly functioning controller for commercial RO systems. It is also used on our humidification equipment here at DriSteam. So to list off some of the features that are beneficial to yourself and your end user, the things that come to my mind are interoperability and the communication protocols that it allows to speak in, whether that's BACnet, Modbus, or LonTalk. Within the RO200 series controller, it is able to receive atmospheric level switch signals or pressure sensor signals to maintain level control in a permeate storage tank. And it does it all integrally, so you don't need to have a separate level controller that ties to your BACnet system or your BMS system and then to your RO system. It's all integral. Some of the other features within the Vapor Logic controller include pretreatment lockout. So one of the things that pretreatment lockout allows you to do is if you need to backwash or regenerate your upstream equipment that your RO isn't trying to turn on based on a demand, causing nuisance alarms on, off, based on low inlet pressure. In that same area of the Vapor Logic controller, you can also do leak detection. Leak detection is something that some clients want that fear that maybe don't have curb design or sloping drains and can cause havoc obviously to a building. This can be communicated in your alarm system and thusly is a pull point for your Vapor Logic controller communication. Another feature that is typical but equally important in commercial RO system is low pressure protection to not dry run your pump, as well as high pressure protection to make sure we're operating within applicable means for that RO system design. The last two things I would like to talk about regarding the features of Vapor Logic controller as it relates to design. TDS sensor on the permeate is standard on our system, so you know what quality of product, and it helps you gauge, or at least the end user gauge, when they may need to clean or replace their membranes. And the other piece to this is how you set your flow rates. So the flow rates can be adjusted depending on site conditions for solubility. On the front gauge panel is flow meters with needle valves where you can direct concentrate to drain to be more a concentrate to recycle or vice versa. Again, as mentioned in the RO400 series, we pride ourselves in thinking of a design first approach for how the customer uses this. If this is paired with a humidifier or another HVAC system, we all know that systems are intermittently used depending on the conditions in that building, and is true of many processes. One of the features with inactivity drain is it allows the RO system to flush and remove stagnant water, so we're not causing unnecessary buildup, and that's all adjustable in that menu. One of the other great features to both the RO400 and the RO200 series is a memory bank. Unlike traditional historians through a building management system, this is done in a very trivial way where we can get 30 days worth of data if it's pulling every minute. It's as simple as putting in a USB stick into the Vapor Logic board and clicking download data. And our team would be glad to interpret that data and give any feedback we may have based on the operating conditions. The RO200 has many options for the permeate storage tank, as mentioned previously, whether that's pressurized or atmospheric. And it really comes down to how many gallons of storage or reservoir you need. Pressurized storage tanks are a little bit more user-friendly as they don't require as many parts. There's no pump, and we're just using a bladder to expand and constrict to push water downstream. If atmospheric is something you're more comfortable with, we have those options as well, coming pre-plumbed on a skid with a forwarding pump and a UV system to allow recirc during stagnant times. It may seem very simplistic, but we angled our membranes for ease of install and replacement versus straight up and down to help ergonomically remove those membranes. As it relates to quality, we choose to use higher end components, whether that is a brass inlet valve, brass pumps, or stainless steel membrane vessels, as quality is of our utmost concern. Behind all of our products is a 2-year standard warranty. This is true for the RO200 and the RO 400 series, and extended warranties can be applied for that peace of mind for yourself and the customer. The last piece, as it relates to ease of design, we have a library of documents at your disposal for placing these in, including Revit models that can be downloaded for ease of placing in drawings, as well as guide specifications, schedules, vendor cut sheets, and the like.